Arsenal versus Tottenham is tomorrow. And I'm being honest when I tell you this game could actually be a lot easier than you think. And I'm not just coming at you with opinions on or reasons why I hope Arsenal win. I'm coming at you with actual facts. These are absolutes. So if you're a Tottenham fan watching this, I've got two things to say to you. One, I mean, what are you even doing here? And two, I would look away because I'm sure these facts are going to make for uncomfortable readings. But before we get into it, if you do enjoy this daily Arsenal content, just quickly do me a favour and hit thumbs up on this video. Just give me a like. So the very first reason I want to get into, I'm seeing a lot of people out there acting like Arsenal going to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and trying to beat them is like climbing Mount Everest. We've done it last season. We've already been there and picked up the 3 points. So this isn't some impossible task of Arsenal having to do something that they've never been able to achieve before. It happened less than a year ago. So Arsenal are definitely capable of picking up points. But let's just look at Tottenham's form, because this may also make you feel a bit more comfortable about the game, okay? So their last 5 results, they've lost 4-0 to Newcastle, they've lost 3-0 to Fulham, and they've drew 1-1 with West Ham. So in their last 5 games, they've lost 2 games heavily, and they've drew with a team that we smashed 6-0. And I know football doesn't always work like that, and I have to give Tottenham their respect because they are they're a fairly decent team. But if we're being honest, they're not nowhere near Arsenal's levels, and there's other reasons why I feel so confident going into this game. Look, like I said, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium isn't this fortress. This isn't the Bernabeu. This isn't the Etihad. This isn't even Anfield. They got battered 4-1 at home to Chelsea this season. Chelsea, the team we just smashed 5-0, has rocked up to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and scored 4 goals past them. So please, people out there, don't be thinking or don't be so nervous about this game because, there was a period of time, 10, 15 years ago, where we used to look at Tottenham and think it's not like it's a derby, but it was never a game where there was jeopardy. There was never a game where you could consider Tottenham to have the upper hand on Arsenal. And I think we're at a point in time where we can start to have that same mentality around Tottenham. Like I said, you have to give every opponent their respect in terms of we know they're a good team because they're in the Premier League. Tottenham, they're 5th position. They're a fairly decent team. Under Ange Postecoglou, they have their method and they're fairly effective. But they are nowhere near this Arsenal team. It's only the last 5-6 years where Tottenham sort of closed that gap towards Arsenal, not in terms of winning trophies, because they could never in their wildest dreams accomplish anywhere near what Arsenal have. This is a team who hasn't won a trophy ever since I've been alive, probably. And that's a long time. But yeah, listen, there's other reasons as well. Look, our defenders, Gabriel, Saliba, they had a torrid time with Son last time out. But since then, they've gone on to play some of the best strikers in the world, and they've almost nullified them to 0 chances, okay? They've played against Harry Kane, Erling Haaland, and we saw the success they had in them games. Son scored 2 goals past Arsenal early on in the season, and I just don't think that can happen this season. Also, listen to the team, some of the players we had in the team the last time we played Tottenham, and we still drew 2-2 with them. We had Zinchenko left back. We had Fabio Vieira in midfield. We had Nketiah up front. And we had Gabriel Jesus on the left wing. None of those 4 players for me start in this game against Tottenham. So there's a variable that can change straight away. Anyway, you got 4 different players, all who, when the other players considered, it's an upgrade. You're bringing in 4 better players. And I think Arsenal were unlucky at points in that game. To be fair, the game early in the season at home, it wasn't great. I think that was a game where you could walk away and think, I could see where Arsenal could have won it. But to be fair, you could probably look at it and say, well, maybe Tottenham could have won it as well. A lot of you was quick to point out that, Jorginho shouldn't be playing in this game because he gave away the ball for Tottenham's second goal in that last game. And I understand that. I thought that was a fair point. Also, look, Tottenham's defence has been heralded this season. Everyone's saying how good Tottenham's defence is. And I don't really see it that way. I don't think Van der Ven is this player that everyone's building him up to be. I've heard people comparing him to William Saliba. And I'm sat there thinking, what are you guys seeing? I don't watch Tottenham every week. I haven't watched them maybe even as much as some of you guys. But every time I've seen Van der Ven, he's been above average. But in that last game against Newcastle, he was terrible. I think he was on the floor for the Isaac goal. He was on the floor for the Anthony Gordon goal. And he didn't have the pace to keep up with Isaac. I'm hearing people saying he's the quickest player in the league. And I just don't get it with this Tottenham backline. I think their best defender is Odegaard, and he's going to be missing this game, apparently. So you've got their best defender missing the game. So that's, again, another reason why you can feel more comfortable going into this game. Because Odegaard would usually be marking Bukayo Saka. This season, in this game, he's not going to be available if the rumours are to be true. So look, there's plenty of areas that Arsenal can exploit in this game. I've said in yesterday's video, it depends what system and Postecoglou goes with. You know, of course, that will have a massive factor in this game. He's come out and said, I'm not changing the way I play. I play a certain way, and I'm not going to change because we're playing Arsenal. If that's the case, then brilliant. Because we know they're going to be playing a high line, going to sit his defenders on the halfway line, and that's going to leave so many gaps for these Arsenal players to explore. You know, do you go with Trossard? Do you go with Martinelli? We had the debate yesterday, and to be fair, I've slept on it, and I still don't know. I don't know who I would go for on that left-hand side. I can see the benefits of Martinelli, but also there's something that you just have to go with in terms of Trossard because he is the guy that's doing it. Can you really take the gamble on Martinelli because he's quick? Because ultimately, that's what you're going to be using him for. You're going to be picking Gabriel Martinelli because he's our quickest player. I think that may now, having slept on it, be the wrong idea. I think in a game like this, you need to be playing your best players. You need to be playing the guys who are fit and firing, the guys who are actually scoring in the Premier League. And that's exactly what Trossard is doing. He's our best open play goal scorer. He's our highest goal scorer in terms of games per minute and goals per minute and everything like that. Trossard is incredible this season. Like I said in yesterday's video, he's only 3 goals behind Bukayo Saka, and he obviously doesn't take penalties. So I have now changed my mind. I did originally go with Martinelli, but now I'm starting to see the sense in starting Trossard. And for me, you probably do start that exact same team that we played against Chelsea. So for me, it's David Raya in goal, Ben White right back, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, Partey, Declan Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Trossard, and Kai Havertz up top. Look, but also, the thing is, Tottenham will have a massive say in this season's title race because they've still got to play us, Liverpool, and Man City. You know, and I've looked at their fixtures and I'm actually feeling a lot more confident about them going into the game against Man City, hoping that they can get points against Man City because listen to their games they got coming up, okay? They've got us, then they got Chelsea, then they got Liverpool, and then they got probably an easier game in Burnley, and then straight after that they got Man City. So going into that Burnley game, if they can rest some of their players, you know, they could actually end up fielding a more fresh team. You know, they could be going into that Man City game in tip-top condition, and that could only help Arsenal further down the line. But I just think Arsenal need to continue winning. And like I said, I am confident going into this game. If you want a score prediction, I'm going to go 3-1 to Arsenal. I think Arsenal are more than capable of going to the Tottenham Spurs Stadium and putting 3 goals past Tottenham. Of course, I want to hear your thoughts. Of course, I want to hear your opinions on the game. But also, let me know your score prediction. Like I said, I'm going with a 3-1. Thanks so much to everyone for watching and listening. Just quick, like I said, do me the favour of giving me a like on this video. Just like it and subscribe. And I'll speak to you all in tomorrow's video. Gooners, have a good day.